And welcome to this edition of the Late Night Show on BMTV Channel 114. Yeah, BMTV is happening. A big thank you to all our viewers. Please continue following our Facebook page, BMTV Zambia. We have our YouTube channel, BMTV Zambia 114. That's where it's all happening, BMTV. Anyway, you don't want to miss this channel. So, I want to talk to you, our dear viewers, my fans, my fellow Zambian citizens. We had elections last week where we were choosing our leaders. So, that part is done. Now, us, the citizens, there's a famous saying from, by the assassinated US President JFK, who asked this fundamental question. He asked the Americans this fundamental question. Or rather, he said, ask not what America can do for you, but what can you do for America? I would like to ask yours truly, as Zambians, what can we do for Mother Zambia? Because we're always looking up to the politicians. We are the ones, even the politicians are us. Politicians are our mirror. The politicians don't just come from Mars or from somewhere else and just present themselves. So, no, I'm standing. These are people we went to school with. These are our cousins, our brothers, our fathers, our mothers, our wives, our husbands. They're us. So, what about ourselves? What attitudes can we change to make our country a better place? Can we look at ourselves? Because the solutions for this country lie within each and every 22 million of us. What can we do to change? What can we change for the better within ourselves? Us, the people. I'm humbly asking each and every one of you to take a serious introspection. Look at yourself. What can you change for the better in yourself, for the better of our nation? Can you stop gossiping? Can you stop chingering? When someone is about to make it, you're chingering them. Can you stop hating? Can you stop it? Even just feeling bad about hearing someone's progress. All that. I am of the humble opinion that those are the things that we need to seriously look at as a people. Can you stop cheating your employer out of their time, out of their resources? Can we start being more accountable for everything that we do? That's all. Let's ask what we can do for our Zambia. And not all the time looking for what can we Zambia do for us? What can we do for Zambia? Anyway, we'll be back, and when we get back, our guest will be with us in the studio. Our guest for today is, wow, this guy is one of Zambia's top producers. He's done so much. He's a man who wears so many hats. Our guest today is Joel Kapungwe, popularly known as Yoweli Chungu. We'll be back after the break. Social media about 21 hours in Britain, BMTV. For 21 hours, prepared with the button of Pacman, my son, for late night show. Now, Pacman will be back with Welcome back, and of course our guest is here with us. Our guest this week is none other than a dear colleague in the industry, one of Zambia's top television producers, movie producers, writer, storyteller, content producer. This man is also a fashion designer. He's also an interior designer. He's also, anyway, he's one man. Yoweli Chungu, welcome.
For one night only, the limited edition, Yoweli Chungu.
Yoweli
For one night only.
For one night only.
Only one night.
Hey, Yoweli, it's so great to have you on the Late Night Show, man.
Thank you, man. I'm so honored. When you called and invited me, I was like, hey, that's my guy. I was a fan. I was in Livingston, and then we watched Kabanana, and then there was Matongo, and you guys gave me the material, the grace, the aspiration to know that it was possible that I could make television and film in Zambia.
In Zambia. And look at what you've done, man. I mean, that's so humbling coming from my producer on 10 Tamanga Street. I mean, we did have a great time on 10 Tamanga.
Yes, we did.
Oh, man.
Yes, we did.
I miss that. I miss that production. That was...
Better things are coming, though. I'm not going to say them here.
Yeah.
But better days are coming. Whoever is watching this, I must tell you that it may look so gloomy and so dumb and so down, and you feel like all hope is lost.
Yes.
But I want to tell you that better days are coming.
Better days
in your life.
Yeah, Baba.
Yeah, bo.
So, Yoweli Chungu, you're also known as the Luapula Pharaoh. Tell us about what's with his names, man. I know that Yoweli also is just an alias. What are your real names?
I was born and named Joel Kapungwe. And then you go through transitions, you go through life, you begin to understand who you are and whose you are. I'm very proud to be a Zambian. I walk with the flag of Zambia, you know, with my head high and wearing my crown.
I know that.
Wherever I travel in the world.
Proud Zambian, yeah.
Yes, I do not apologize for being Zambian. And so, Joel, I kept on feeling, I was in Cape Town at some film festival in Cape Town a couple of years ago, and there were all these Bazungus there. There was, he said, hi, my name is Peter, my name is John, my name is, and then I went, my name is Joel. My name is Joel. One of them says, no, what's your name? I say, Joel. He says, no. What is your name? Instantly, the mkombo, you know how the umbilical cord goes like kichi, kichi, kichi? I said, oh my God, I know what he is trying to ask me. Who am I? And so by the end of that evening, Yoweli was born. Yoweli is the same name Joel. I just Zambianized it. And interestingly, you'd find it somewhere, I think in Tanzania, and in the Zulus, they've also got Yoweli. We've got Yowero 7, the Yowero, same, we're in the same WhatsApp group.
It's the same thing. This person in Zambia,
yeah, so, but with the Pharaoh, I was working on a project with Dr. Guy Scott, may he so rest in peace, and Mlenga Kapwepwe. I traveled in almost the entire Luapula. And amazing things happened when we did the documentary called The Dancers of the Gods. And when I walked in one of the villages, which is the Twa village, the Twa, an indigenous Zambian, they live on the margins of the Zambian map, really.
Oh, wow. And
so we did this documentary. You can find it on YouTube. Dancers of the Gods. Abattoir.
Dancers of the Gods.
Abattoir, Dancers of the Gods. And you see these people in the margins and stuff. And the issue there was, we don't have NRSCs. They were in between. They were in between Congo and Zambia, and nobody wanted to own them. And so when we did the documentary, brought it out, that was over 10 years ago. And these people were accepted and they got NRSCs. So what was interesting is, one of my names is Chungu. Everybody who knows me as, the people I grew up with, I'm known as Chungu. So, hey, Chungu. When I went to the Twa village, their names were Chungu. Everybody was called Chungu. So I was like, hey. And then we brought in... Amazing things happened after the documentary. I don't want to talk about those, but amazing things happened. And I kept on saying, but the Mwata is there, the Chitimkulu is there. They really, really held me high. So I was like, I'm obsessed with ancient Egypt. Why can't I borrow the Pharaoh?
Yeah.
So I am the Pharaoh of Luapula. And don't argue. Go argue with your grandmother.
Oh, wow. Tell us more about Yoweli. Where were you born? Which schools did you go to? Are you a soccer guy? When? Uzotuchela mfethu.
Oh, cool.
Unachela.
I'm proudly Zambian before anything. I'm first human, obviously, then proudly Zambian. Yeah, we have to.
Distinguish.
Yes, but I always tell people that I'm a proudly Livingstonian.
Yeah.
The truth is, I just thought it sounds a bit exotic, but I was born in the UTH. I grew up in between Chilenge South, Libala, Charleston,
Okay.
and Avondale. So in between all those, that's where I was. Yeah, but if you ask me where my hometown loyalty lies, it's Livingston, because it's in Livingston, the 10 years I spent in Livingston, that I became who I had a sense of who I was meant to become while I was in Livingston. So
how
I feel like,
how old were you in Livingston?
well, I went there quite young. I was in my I was a teenager, obviously 16, whatever. But I first watched you guys when I was 18 years old.
In Livingston.
I have never been ashamed to say I'm 43 years old in 2026. And I remember watching Kabanana. I was 18 years old. And I had always wanted to tell stories. And the first time Kabanana came on, you were a young warthog. When I was a young warthog, very handsome.
I was a young bastard.
What happened? You used to be very handsome. And the girls were crazy of you. You know, everyone was crazy about you. And it's isn't it amazing that years later we worked together?
Imagine.
I mean, so I was in Livingston and I watched Kabanana, 18 years old. I'm trying to figure out who I was, who I am. I was always very mature for my age. And I wanted to tell important things. So when I watched Kabanana, I was like, oh my God, Zambians can do this. So I'm hoping that someone is watching this and they go and see my work, or they know my work, and they can tell that they're filled of all possibilities. I want to talk to that young 18-year-old somewhere, that you can become anything you want to become. You can become the superstar, you can become a billionaire, you can become whatever you want to become. And that was me when I was 18 years and watching Kabanana, and you were Matongo in Kabanana. So yeah, that's where my journey began.
I think, but you've done so well as an inspiration, Yoweli, to be honest. And having been on one of your productions, you can see the thoroughness of the work, the professionalism, the scripting, I was so, it felt so nice to be part of that production. It was done very well. Yeah.
I was very deliberate about you coming on as Munyama. I kept on, when we got the brief from our clients, Zambezi Magic in South Africa, I was like, I know who has to play the main villain. And everyone kept on, who? I was like, Matongo. Yeah, Pakeni. It was very deliberate, and I was rooting for you. There was a whole process. There's a whole process. People should respect process. There's a whole process of how you become, how an actor is selected, especially if you do it on a professional level.
Yes.
But I went in and I knew maybe I had maybe 50% of the vote. But then there were other people who had to vote.
Yeah.
And so I was like, can we find this guy? Did you do an audition? Do you remember?
Should I say
Screen
this on
test?
camera? I just did a screen test.
You did a screen test.
Yeah.
I kept on saying, my money is on this guy. I think he's the one. And my dreams came true. And I'm a happy guy. I can, if I die young today, I'll be happy that I casted you, because I watched you and that whole cast, Kangwa, who's now, our
PS.
and all those amazing people. Siku is my best friend forever.
Yeah.
I smile.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's amazing.
I have moments where I cannot believe that all my dreams came true.
They have come true.
Yes, they have.
So, I don't wish to draw you into the political arena or anything, though the UPND, congratulate them. They've won another term in office.
Yes.
What do you think they should do? Like, obviously, we had 2 permanent secretaries at the
In the arts.
themselves artists. Obviously, they made some efforts here and there. What else do you think they should do? What other things? What more do you think they can do for us?
There's always more.
There's always more, exactly.
To whom much is given, much is expected.
Yes.
So first of all, congratulations to, the ruling party for a second term. I want to speak to every Zambian who's watching this that we have such a huge responsibility when it comes to this country. It's only when you have traveled and lived in other countries, then you will realize how special, unique, and beautiful Zambia is.
Yes.
And so I'm speaking from that experience, having lived outside there, having, we should be very careful of everything we say and do, because the history, the ancestors, the culture is recording everything we're doing right now in 2026.
Correct.
So before you go on social media and you incite war and you incite violence, that is on you. And there's a law. There are laws of the universe. What goes around comes around.
Definitely, there's no running away.
I want to say congratulations, obviously, to them. To the PSs, Bafumba, I'll speak as a Zambian. We used to call him Pilato. Bafumba and Bakangwa. They did an amazing run in the last 5 years. I feel like for the first time, the arts got visibility because they were everywhere. They were everywhere. It wasn't just fashion shows and plays and movie premieres and all other parts of art. They were everywhere. Sports, youth related things. And for the first time, it feels in all these years since we got independence that the artists finally got visibility. But with visibility comes accountability. So what do I think they could do better? They must build on to their successes. We don't know the changes that will come because now this is a new season in Zambia. It's a new transition. And all of us must be open-minded enough to say, things may change, things may, but build onto their successes is what I would say. You've already started. You, for the first time, I won a car. I won a car for 10 Tamanga Street.
Oh, yes.
When the minister announced last year, I was in some event where he says, this year, which was 2025. This year for the Ngoma Awards, we're celebrating 20 years of the Ngoma Awards. So we're giving an artist a car. The first thing I told my friend, Stephen, I was like, they're going to give this to a musician because government thinks artists are just musicians, and I even so ridiculously said, it's going to be a Vitz. They'll give them a Vitz. Shocked me. I humbled and went to apologize in front of everyone and the minister himself because the biggest award in the Ngoma Awards came to me.
Oh,
a storyteller.
What car is it?
It's an Alphard.
Hey!
Very expensive, very luxurious.
Yeah, of course.
And right now we are building on our successes using that car.
Wow, this is humbling. See, so these are efforts. These are big efforts.
You guys make me look good. All you actors, all those long hours.
Throwing people off balconies.
Of course. Oh my God, you're so bad. We should find that clip and show people what you're talking about. That you were so mean. I knew we had to do that. So there was only one person who believed in that. When I wrote that idea, I was like, Munyama, I want to show people how this man is just
codes.
The cousin of the devil. He's going to throw his side chick, his pregnant side chick, off the balcony right into a red Benz.
That's
and everyone was like, Yoweli can't be done. I was like, you're all fired.
Anyone does not exist.
Who says
it can't,
impossible, can't work with me.
Yeah.
You are all fired, move. And the late Jonesy, our director, was like, Yoweli, I love this. How are we going to do this? I was like, we're going to figure it out.
Yoweli, R.I.P. Jones.
Yes, Jonesy.
Jones Nasilele, our bro, man.
Yes. Only those in the industry will know who he was. He was part of the. He also worked at Zuba.
I worked with him at Zuma.
You did as well, and he's done so many things. So he was also my best friend for 16 years.
I know.
So yeah.
Rest in peace, Jones.
Yeah.
Yoweli, another issue we want to talk about is monetization. You know, we are not monetized as a country, and now we really want to put out the big cry, all of us, you know, as a country, we want to be monetized. Look at our artists, they produce content, they put content out there, the whole world watches,
Yes.
but they don't get anything in return. What do you think the incoming government can do now, like sort of to help us monetize? What can the government do to help us content creators monetize? Because I think it's about time. Imagine, I've been getting some pretty decent numbers on my decent page, which I haven't even commercialized or anything, just my personal page. So I'm looking at if we are monetized.
Of course, somebody has to buy bread. Look. The world is in a transition, which means that all aspects of what we knew as life, I think at sometime last year or the other year, MTV, some of the big branches of MTV, I stand to be corrected, I'm paraphrasing, closed down. Before YouTube, everybody had to go and see the latest Michael Jackson video
on MTV.
But now it's a click away on your phone and you're able to watch the latest Rihanna song or Beyonce or whatever. And I understand that the world is in a transition. And now people would stream films on Netflix and other platforms. They would go to the cinemas and Tantama to watch Jaws or Titanic or whatever. And I must also correct that cinema is still alive. So, because the world is going through this transition and everything is changing, we would wait for TV. I was in an era where we would wait for 17 hours.
17 hours,
for us to watch the Litus, Shira, and all those things. My kids, anytime 03, my daughter can wake up and just grab her tablet and she's on YouTube watching whatever. So times have changed. And so my practical encouragement to the government and to all the stakeholders and everybody responsible for making all these amazing things happen is move with the times. Get over yourselves. We are not in 1964. We are not in 1983.
2026.
Can government and everybody responsible wake up, study the systems around what's happening in South Africa, what's happening around the world where people are getting monetized. We have also new genres of storytelling. The content creators, it's a whole thing now, you know. I remember attending the Zamtel Awards and Mr. Matero just scooping the awards, winning the big car, winning all those awards for best shiny, best content, best. And hello, I also saw the power of content creators even in the just ended elections. Do not just use people when you need them for elections. Give them the value that is due to them.
To them, yes.
So we need that value. The truth is, I feel very down when we talk about monetization because I think, and it's going to be a homework when I get home. I'm going to, for the next 2 months, study the trends, study how this system works. And I think that's what government should do. They should go into the world. They've got the resources. They've got the machine and the vehicle to go and study and understand how South Africans and Americans monetize, you know, and make if it's a law, if it's a policy, if it's whatever it is that you have to do, please give this money his due. Otherwise, we are a field of all possibilities.
Of all possibilities. True that. So let's go back now to Joel Kapungwe, Yoweli Chungu. Yeah. So you spent time in Livingston.
Yeah.
Which schools did you go to? How was it like growing up? How did you find yourself in the industry?
Great. I knew from the earliest I can remember. So when I was like 8 years old, one of my uncles took me to Plaza 3, which was in town, the cinema we used to have.
Yes.
And I watched Rambo, First Blood. Rambo, First Blood. That's how I pronounced it. I watched Rambo, First Blood. And in that dark little cinema somewhere in one of those alleys, I don't know if it's Cha-Cha-Cha or whatever.
Cha-Cha-Cha.
It's Cha-Cha-Cha. Plaza 3 was Cha-Cha. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, I was like, I want to be those people. I want to be in there. I couldn't even articulate. I didn't have the correct terms or the correct words for what it is that I wanted to do. But when I watched Rambo, I felt this sense of I could become that person. And I was just 8 years old. And so, yeah, I went home to Chilenge South. In the soil in Chilenge is red.
It's red.
And my gang, we all have gangs. I had my friends, Namonga, Brian, Taurai. We sat down and I replicated the whole
movie.
film with the sound effects. Boom, boom, boom. Chabo chabuera. Gwang, 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 gwang. Chabuera, chi villain. I didn't even have the word villain, but then I know. And so I wish that someone had seen that I was a storyteller by blueprint. Because this is a child who spends 3 hours telling his friends
the story.
act by act, scene by scene, until the film finishes. Please, parents, start studying your children and see what their gifts are.
I don't know, you took the words right.
Well, somebody had to. Somebody had to, and it had to be me.
You see, you are like the way you're telling us how you would watch a movie.
Yeah.
And go. And that already is that's a flag. So this child,
a green flag, and I should have been charging people matukwa.
This is his talent.
Yes.
Because you see, my older brothers, but Charlie, but Dagi, but Ralph, they also Mamutej, they also have that talent. Because I read all the James Hadley Chase stories
did too.
long before I
did
actually read them.
too. I
watched James Bond movies long before, because these guys, they would recite those movies like scene by scene, you know.
Yes.
So that's your talent. No wonder you are so good at what you do.
I am a storyteller, which means I have to choose which format. So when when I walked into BM TV today, your lovely receptionist lady at the reception says, "Are you a fashion designer?" I said, "Oh, darling, I can be anything you want me to be." I tell stories with my fashion. I tell stories with my film. We were talking about me being a production designer and building the sets. So in Ibex, I kept on saying, look, it's expensive for us to go to Kamanga to go and shoot all the time. The markets are busy. Why don't we build our own market in the backyard, in Ibex, Kumayad?
And to be honest, if we didn't tell people that this is not a real market, it's just
they won't believe
it. And I'm not saying this because I'm part of 10 Tamanga Street.
Yeah.
Look, that's like a real market.
It's our reality. We built a hospital. We built a prison.
A prison
in the
oh my in the garage.
My God. People should give me an Oscar already.
No, they should. But let's talk about that though. How, maybe because you're a creative, because the way you build these sets, is it a special talent that you went to be trained, or is it something you discovered that I can do this? Because okay, look at for instance, the hospital,
the prison, when we were with OAS, when OAS was acting, and we were incarcerated. Wasn't that a great combination?
It was magical.
It was a dream come true to get you and OAS together from Kabanana 26 whatever years ago.
Yeah.
I kept on saying, I want OAS.
Yeah.
You know what I did? I did not tell my bosses that Oas, who's already a producer for Nkondo,
Nkondo,
and
yes.
also a big actor in Nzuba,
Yes.
I literally did not ask for permission. I did not clear him. They only saw him when they were watching the episode. And my boss calls me in South Africa. Yoweli, what's this? Oas is a big... I had to tell Oas. I was like, Oas, I'll either get fired for this, but I want you to know that you have made my dream come true. If I can get you and Pakeni together, Dinso pa Dinso.
It was magical.
Oh my God, I wish people could see what we're talking about.
It was magical. It was magical. So, how did you come up with this? So it's just like it's an inborn talent to build the sets. Because sets, to be honest, we have financial constraints.
Yes, we do.
In Zambia, it's very difficult
Yes.
to produce anything.
Yes.
Decent in Zambia because of the financial constraints, of course. And sets are one of the biggest expenses.
We're right now on a set.
We're on a set.
This is a set
Yeah.
that's created in this
Exactly.
studio. And I know that the ordinary Jen does not understand that every time you watch a film, the first thing you see are the costumes, the hair, the makeup, the set, which helps you as an actor get into character. I was born with a creative license. That's something that nobody can take away from me. I was born a storyteller, and I had to decide, because I have a creative license in my blueprint. All of us are born with a blueprint.
The blueprint.
Depending on the family you come from. We carry two bloodlines, father, mother. And they come from all those other father, mother combination. So God has a sense of humor when it comes to diversity. And that's why it's so sad when I see how Zambians are so... We live in they used to call it Kudala, landlocked. It's no longer landlocked.
Land-linked.
But it was landlocked.
Yes.
You and me growing up, it was called landlocked. And I see people who are mind-locked. You haven't accepted that there are different people than you in this country. And whether you accept them or not, they are there. And they will continue being there. Whether they're a very marginalized community of people that you don't like, you don't understand, they are there. And they are being born every day. With me, I was born with a blueprint of creativity. I was born a storyteller. It took a series of events of life to finally figure out that, I'm interested in telling stories for TV. And that's why right now, I just published my first novel. It's the most natural thing for me to do. I'm currently creating my second wardrobe, which maybe for the first time, my fashion line, I'm going to show off. For the first time, you're going to see people walking on a runway wearing the Yowelified clothes. You must understand that it's not everyone who's meant to be a teacher, a doctor, a mechanic. Some of us are artists. Some of us are colorful, more colorful than any of you. Some of us will have crazy hair, will do crazy things. So we need to respect each other and celebrate each other. With me, my grandfather, his name was George Michael Sanders. Makalad.
George
Abasungu bafita.
Sanders.
Yes.
Sounds like he's from England, isn't he?
He is. His heritage was black Ndebele mother in Zimbabwe, Kwekwe, and a white Scottish man from Ngalande. Then later he came to Zambia and married a Tonga woman. And my mom and everyone else was born, and voila!
Yoweli!
The one and only for one night only. So I come from people, my mom believed in me. I started reading novels because my mom used to read a lot. I started reading novels when I was 13 years old. When I was 15, I tried to write my first novel. And when I wrote my first book, I gave it to my grandfather, who gave it to one of those, the old authors, the Zambian series writers. Yes. I'm so sad I don't remember his name.
Wow.
And I think he's passed on. And when he read my stuff, which was handwritten in a hard book, now I can afford laptops and computers and all these gadgets. Back then, when I was 18, I only had a hard-covered book. So whoever is you believe you're right and you don't have a laptop,
That's
go and
right.
buy a hard-covered book with a pen. And every night write, ukaiba wafuta.
Wafuta.
You write. I did that, and that man saw my work and says, you know, you write cinematically. You don't write like an author. I was like, really? He says, you can make a good storyteller for TV.
TV, wow.
And then what became the fertilizer was me watching Kabanana. When I saw it, I was like, this is in Zambia. And these are Zambian actors, and that's a Zambian writer and Zambian producer. I became a field of all possibilities. So from the age of 18, I began to, and I was in a small town, Livingston. So don't give an excuse. Hey, nini Chibolia. Hey, darling, Chibolia is hapo. Ukaenda hapo pa Jamanda hiwili hapo. Me, I was uko Kuvukiland. And I began to pursue, and I began to become a master. Use the internet. I'm telling people there are no film schools. Do you know how many resources are online? And I was how to write a professional script. You even download all the movies that you can think of. So I'm telling our people that we can't always depend on Boma Inwanerepo, Boma. That's a federal 1964 attitude, which is a disease that has brought in a lot of corruption. Right now, we have to get up, get over ourselves, and know that we own this land of Zambia and go about the business of becoming a master in your field. If you're a marketeer, do you understand entrepreneurship? Do you understand how banking works? Do you understand saving? A lot of people don't. They take things for granted.
It's true. It's very true.
I mean, I'm not here to preach, but
No, it's
offering kuno, ibwere kuno. Because I'm speaking what most parents will never tell their kids.
So now let's go into your work, man. You've done so much.
Yeah.
Like you said, Abattoir, Dances of the Gods, Ubuntu, Tentamanga Street. Just give us sort of a rundown of your projects, some of the interesting moments that you had, what challenges, your lows. What was your lowest time in some of these projects, your highest?
Sometimes my lowest challenge is that I was born Zambian. I was like, why wasn't I born in Atlanta, in USA, a white man? Because I know the black people there also suffer, you know? My journey has been very interesting. I'm 43 now. I started when I was 18. After watching Kabanana. And this is no exaggeration. I watched Kabanana on ZNBC, and I'm sad how some of these big broadcasters who used to take care of us have just kind of, there's no entertainment, because I should be creating so much local content. My catalog right now is floating somewhere. I know you are oh my God, I wish I could. You get that?
I do.
I'm sad that some of the biggest broadcasters have let us down. I'm speaking for the creative industry.
But anyway, that's why you got BMTV. That's why we're
I
here.
love you, darling.
Yes.
Now I'm using this darling thing. I hope it doesn't come to bite me. Darling in the sense of I respect effort BMTV is making.
Yes.
Creating local content, because local is laka, whether you accept it or not.
Yes.
And so my journey started when I was 18. I watched Kabanana. Around maybe 19, I was in church in Livingston, and I used to write these plays. I used to write plays. I used to act. I've left that for you guys. I'm the boss now. We don't do that here. And someone came in that church service and saw me acting a play I'd written, a 3-man act. I was alone. And I did 3 voices and whatever. I can't do that now. I don't know what was happening. And he came to me and says, oh, I know Mr. Lawrence Thompson from ZNBC, blah, 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 blah. And the rest became history. So respect your destiny helpers. Destiny helpers are people that God will send your way to help you to get to a certain place. And some of them are destiny connectors. They just come and come. Next year there.
Yeah.
So with me, I was very open to that idea. I got connected. My journey started now. I got my first training at Kabanana, wrote scripts. I did not like the format of a soap opera. I found it, I wanted to tell films, I wanted to tell action. That's why I had you drop that girl. And all those other action things you've
there
done.
was a lot of action.
Yes, there
scenes.
was. Because I've always loved action, move, action, pause, and all that. And so the rest of it happened very naturally. At some point, I realized, oh, nobody's going to hire. So I went into commercials. I literally was on the doors of Trade Kings. I am not going nowhere. Sometimes you have to be stubborn when you know what you want. The Bible says the violent take it by force.
By force.
I was that violent one. I went and said, look, I'm a storyteller. You can use me. My boss was Mainza Chipens. And I worked with him for a couple of years at Trade Kings. We did some of the most amazing commercials.
Yes.
And then while I was in that space, I always had to let people know of what I do. Do not assume people know what you do. That's why content creators are important. Put out something, even if every day only 2 people like it. One day things will change. And I kept on. You know what I mean?
But let's talk about the. I mean, you've done some iconic adverts. Tell us, let the viewers know. I mean, so they should know who was behind this amazing.
It takes a village to create
Of course.
commercials for Trade King, some of the biggest commercials. In 2016, we did the Zambia, the Promised Land, and it was like one of my biggest projects. Even the pay was quite big. I was like, hoo-hoo, we're going shopping. But it also called for a lot of responsibility. When you have a dream job, like that became a dream job, like the job I have, a dream job requires you to stretch 24 hours into 29 hours. A dream job requires you to stretch 7 days into 9 days, which means you're going to show up, you're going to put in the work. You've been on set. You know the hours you have to sit on a set and stretch hours, sometimes 0 chaputi you're shooting. People don't see that part, and that's why you actors should be the most highly paid. You know, we should fight for you guys to get that value. All of the actors, all the filmmakers, because we put in hours to give entertainment.
Exactly.
This here, what people see is this on a Friday evening, but they don't see the months and the weeks and the hours of you planning and all these things. So anything BMTV is doing, please, viewers, respect that someone really had to stretch hours. So yeah, I've done quite a couple of them. And in one of those commercials, someone from South Africa saw a commercial I did, Chandembo Ndembo, which is the Wildcat one. I wrote it in 10 minutes. I remember writing it in 10 minutes. For me, there's a process that happens when I'm creating. It feels like the molecules in this room start changing. I don't even know if people know what molecules are, but it's like the smallest. Everything changes and there's an open heaven. And I mean this, and usually I would have worship, praise and worship, which people don't know how spiritual I am. And I'm worshiping God and I'm like, hallelujah. And I have my laptop and I cannot type fast enough. The ideas are flowing because God says I'll open the floodgates and there won't be so much that the room will be small when he pours out the blessings. And that's how almost, and let me not say almost, everything that has been a hit for me in terms of Trade Kings commercials, in terms of Zambezi Magic, Ubuntu, Tentamanga Street, and some of the things Zambians don't know I've done outside the country. It was always an open heaven. So, and I'm glad that Zambia is a Christian nation because that for me is a birthright. And in my prayer, I claim the blessings of belonging to a Christian nation.
Christian nation. Let's talk about Ubuntu. That was another epic production for Zambezi Magic. And also the way you just recreated the village.
In my house. Wow. What people don't know is that I shot most of the village scenes in my house. I literally had to move my kids and move into a little flat next door in Avondale to allow people to do whatever they wanted to do. So I opened a hub in 2014, 2015. We had a creative hub having come from Livingstone and the struggle that I had in Lusaka to try and connect myself, and I know many people are struggling trying to connect into film and, find people who would help you become what you need to become. I struggled for a while, for almost 10 years. And so I decided to become the person people would need. So instead of opening a studio, I opened a hub. And in that process, after my mom had died in 2008, one of my friends told me, write about your mom. God has given you a gift to make your mom immortal. I said, how? He says, write about her. All the women. I will tell you today that even in Tentamanga Street, most of the women you played with, opposite, the characters were modeled from my mother's memory.
Oh, wow.
The side of my mom, which was sassy, the side of my mom, which was motherly, the side of my mom, which was whatever. So I'm so privileged that, it's 18 years later plus that my mom passed, but I keep her in almost all the female characters I write.
So
Ubuntu, I wrote it for six years. I didn't have sponsorship. I kept it. Saved every draft I wrote. And then when the Zambezi people from South Africa saw one of the commercials I did for Trade Kings, they started looking for me. It took them 2 months to find me, which is sad.
yeah, I know that.
Zambians, get over yourselves.
Imagine, but why do we do something?
No. It's Zambians, do not be what we call them gatekeepers. Everybody knew Yoweli did this. It took 2 months for the South Africans to find me. And when they came to me, which is now the testimony, the rest is history, because when I went in, I knew that I was ready to make this show that went on Showmax, the Showmax app, which is an equivalent of Netflix.
Yes.
We were the first Zambian show.
I remember.
We had the bigger shows there already, but ours went first there, which showed that the quality that I did. And what I did is I also worked with, I called my friends from Kenya and Zimbabwe. I was like, guys, I have a point to prove. I have a little money. Work with me. And the rest is history.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was, Ubuntu was something definitely that it's like it was on a genre on its own. Whenever it's like creating a Shaka Zulu.
Yes.
Are we going to see something similar, like sort of like that? Because I really fell in love with Ubuntu. So, because it was sort of gave us that, indigenous touch. Like this is our story of a kingdom, a king, a queen, a princess. It was. It's magical to say the least.
Thank you. I must say that Chichi Daisy,
oh yeah,
who was Queen Janjiwena.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love my girl Chichi.
Now Chichi's wild.
Can somebody tell her how much Yoweli loves Chichi?
Chichi, Robin, Yerendo,
Big Rob.
Big Rob.
Oh my God.
They kill it.
Oh my
They
God.
kill it. Yeah.
It brings tears to my eyes because I was living a dream come true and not a nightmare.
Yeah.
But that dream that we usually have. I know. Let me say this for the audience. So men, I'm now revealing, I'll be fired at the men's conference. If women think that men think of wet, because this is TV, us men dream about a garden with flowers.
With flowers.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
We don't think of all those things you think
we think of.
Yes, because I
we
know
don't.
they always think we think heavy stuff. So I feel like for the 4 years when we're doing Ubuntu, because it took 4 years.
How many seasons was it?
4 seasons.
Yeah.
4 seasons, and we kept on getting better and better and better. And I will tell you that the trajectory of my career, of my life changed.
Yeah.
I began to speak with an accent. When you come at my house, when you open the taps, it was just milk it.
Yeah.
10 liters of milk it. So what am I saying without sounding so arrogant? The value of the arts, it changed the trajectory of a Zambian artist like myself. For the first time,
Even the industry itself.
Yes, I was able to afford expensive holidays and expensive things. I'm saying that because I want to give a mother who's fighting their son because the son wants to be a comedian like you or a content creator and they think it's a waste of time. I built my grandmother a house,
Wow.
because of that.
Yes.
So can we put respect on the arts?
I'm talking about that. This is something that the modern day parents need to appreciate, and I think also the government, because I think arts are viewed like, how do you call
Child's
it?
play. They think it's a hobby.
Exactly.
It's a hobby.
Just a hobby.
No, it's not.
Whatever. But this is an industry.
Can I tell you something? So an artist was called, they gave him a plain paper and an artist drew emblems and symbols and all of us are fighting for that kwacha or for that dollar because someone took a plain paper, drawing up chef my emblems, afakapo ka ego, afakapo cha na tumanamba, the rest of us are fighting. It comes from an artist. Can they please respect artists?
The artists.
I know we look like we are jokers, but we also entertain you. Look at this show. It helps you escape.
Yes.
My assignment on this show tonight, if anything, I'm not cute or funny, but my response, I come in very seriously to say that art has value and can you respect every artist? Pay the people who come to entertain your people at the Chilangamlilos, at your weddings, your MCs, pay them well. Pay them well. Pay the actors that are on TV because you've had a stressful day, you've got bills. They help you escape for 24 minutes of Tentamanga, 24 minutes, or is it 45 minutes of Mpali or whatever. Please respect artists. We put in so much work.
So much.
And we may not look like we are very serious people, but we have families.
Yes.
And we are very serious people. And our job is to not just entertain you, but to help you escape, but also to challenge you and inspire you to do better than your best.
Yeah. Wow. As we wrap up, what are some of the major challenges do you think are facing the industry? Apart from money, of course, money will always be, that's like the cliche challenge. What other challenges do you face? Like, say, the attitude of some of the actors you've worked with, some of the producers. What are some of the challenges that you've sort of faced in this, your career?
I have a lot. I mean, I've written my first book, which is the first 40 years, and which isn't out, maybe next year or December. The second book will be about my journey as a leader of leaders in Zambia, in the creative industry, in the entertainment industry, where I will talk about people and their voids and people bleeding on me. But that's not what is important. I think the first one is, it's the infrastructure. We do not have the infrastructure from government. They have to be very deliberate. And Hollywood, we know how powerful America is, how Russia is a superpower because of the movies, of the music, the art that they have put out in the world.
Exactly.
That art is like an ambassador.
Yes.
It opens up doors. Sometimes we may not even understand the language. I remember watching those Chinese films where people are yappy, voiceover yapera, but beve kakamwa kakukamba. And so we must respect art. And I think I'll start that we do not have infrastructure and the policies that should protect you. It should determine an actor or a personality of your caliber. Imamuma fall between this and this. This should be a system. Right now, when I have other bigger organizations come and offer me to do work, there's no one who protects me as a producer. Hence, you come to me and I'm like, oh, nina chetu pin. When in actual reality, your monthly pay should be 30 pin. 30 pin per month. And mine should be
1 million.
1 million. But because Zambian government hasn't put all those things, they have not studied other people, other developed countries or other developing countries' system. They allow other people to come and take exploit us. And then it looks like I'm exploiting you when I offer you a job. So I want to start there. When it comes to actors misbehaving, actors, whatever, it's just that a lot of people have not healed their traumas. So they project their issues. Even me, there are days I project my issues on people. I call it bleeding on me. I'll be like, "But producer Paja, you bled on me." You know, I had nothing to do with what's happening right now. It's something that happened. You've got further issues. You bring them on set. But at the end of the day, I just want to put on record that Zambian artists deserve better than their best because they really put in the work, and that I respect and love them. And yes, I have questioned with a number of them, but they know it's nothing personal because I'm not a petty person. I'm allowed 2 minutes to be petty. 2 minutes. Allow me to be petty. 2 minutes. Can I be petty? After that, I get over myself. I'm a leader of the leaders. I've got work to do. The couch of Zambia is waiting for me to put myself together. It's pressure per pressure, but one day at a time. And I know this conversation, we did a lot of loud speaking and laughing and being goofy, but it's a very important conversation.
It is.
And I'm hoping that the ancestors, the people like Sauzande, Maximo, Augustine Lungu, who came before us, will know that we are trying to build onto their successes they left us.
Yes.
And that I'm hoping that someone very important, someone in some ministry or government, Shanshan, will be like, we're taking it serious. We are very important people.
And you know, like the play for today, guys, I remember that's because it happens to me so many times now from the time I started acting in Cabanana, where people come up to you like they know you. I remember I was a kid, I met Greg Lungu.
There you go.
Sauzande and Maximo.
There you go.
And I went crazy. And then they were like, "Oh," but they hugged me.
And then you became them.
I became them.
And then, you see?
Wow. Let's talk about your memoirs as we wrap up.
My memoirs.
It's coming up. When are they coming
Hopefully, I'm sending it to my editor next month.
Okay.
Because I'm doing a lot of research. I wanted to be very factual with things. So my memoirs are called "I'm a Beautiful Mess" or "A Beautiful Mess." Because I was born an underdog. Everything about me was an underdog. So when people come and say, "Oh, he's got this, he lives this kind of life, he travels the world," it's the now. What you don't see is the process. The series of events I went to become Yoweli Chungu.
Yes.
And so I write about my experiences. I write mostly about my mother. She's late. My grandfather, George. I told you about George. I write about my grandmother as well, Mutinta. And I write about the dumb choices I made as a young artist, as a young man, as a young brother. And I'm 43, so my memoirs, the first ones, cover the first 40 years of my life. And I also talk about Zambia, my Zambia in the 40 years. So simultaneously, I'm talking about, nakula kuchirenje. If I talk about when I was born in 1983, I paint a picture of what Chilenje, Kabwata looked like in 1983, because I did a lot of research on that.
So when can the memoirs?
Next year, 2027. I'm definitely doing that because every one of us should write our experiences.
Yes.
Yeah, the oral thing that we used to do in Africa, it's failing us.
It's failing us.
Bantuama Chinjama story. So I'm going to tell my story.
And have it on record.
Yes.
Any last words?
Just do better than your best. Build onto your successes. I know there are people who struggle, and there are people who've got these big dreams to become someone important, and you feel like you're hitting a wall. I want you to continue praying, because I think prayer works a lot.
Yes,
We're in a Christian nation. No matter what people say, this nation is a great nation.
It is.
Zambia is a great nation. It's got beautiful people. Yeah, they're full of mungulu. I see it on social media. But they're ours. Someone said, at Chipua Chandi. Zambia is a Chipua Chandi. I love our Zambian people. They'll probably even shoot at me even when I'm praising them. But in Ufontinu, at the end of the day, we do have a beautiful country.
Yes.
And whoever is watching BMTV should support BMTV.
Oh, wow.
Until BMTV becomes the ultimate TV destination for entertainment, local entertainment, international entertainment. I do not despise humble beginnings, because I came from a small town.
Yes.
And I have had amazing things happen to me.
Definitely. No, Yoweli Chungu, was great having you on the late night show.
Thank you.
And we are, in fact, I forgot to ask you one more thing. What's next, though? I mean, we can't go obviously into specifics.
Yeah.
We can't go into specifics. We'll leave that. But I can't wait. I mean,
can I wear my goggles?
Please. Because to be honest, Yoweli, what you've given us so far, it makes one very exciting as to, okay, now what's coming next?
Oh my God, the future is so bright, you guys. Zambia's creative future is so bright that I have to wear goggles, because it's gonna blind me. There are people like Paul Willow doing amazing things. Tozia Bota, who just did her film. Oh my God, Besta, Frank Sibuku, Mwebantu Bamulungu, Oas Mwape, Lawrence Thompson took us to Netflix, and we're gonna take over Netflix at some point.
Yeah.
What I want to tell you is that better days are coming.
Better days are coming.
Right now, Chibaba, please do not die. Do not give up. In case you're that person who wants to give up.
Don't
baby
give up.
girl, baby boy, sa, bossy, bambuye banga, whoever. Do not give up, because better days are coming for Zambia.
Yeah.
God has us in his blueprint.
Yeah.
Zambia is not a common country.
No, it's not.
And that's why we pay the price. When you become unique and you are the code, you're coded by a power that's bigger than any of you. You pay the price.
Yes.
So somebody there, please, you heard it on this late night show.
On the late night show with Pacman.
With Pacman. You heard it. Na papa atamwe bantu wa Mulungu, do not give up. Better days are coming. It may take a year, it may take 2, 3, but when it comes,
it's massive. Hey, that was our guest for today, ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished viewers, one of Zambia's top producers, storytellers, designer, set builder, you name it, man with so many hats. Our guest for today was Joel Kapungwe, popularly known as Yoweli Chungu, he of the Yoweli Fight fame.